What's up? It's your boy Z to P with another episode of Three Ps in the Pod, and we gonna hop right into it because it was a game, it was a thriller, it was a night. I ain't gonna cap. We had the Lakers fumbling the bag against the Pistons without Cade Cunningham. We had the Bulls hopping on the Rockets' head, even with Şengün dropping 40 and KD dropping 40 or whatever they had. We go get the stats. You already know how I am. We surgical, but what you know, we just the intro. It was a lot of crazy stuff going on tonight. The freak Wemby was going off. It was just a lot. We want to get into it real quick because first game, like I said, the Lakers they fumbled the bag. It was they were on a like a I know they were like 10-1 in their last 11 games or 9-2 in their last 11 games. Had an 8-game winning streak. We talked about it in the last video. Let me see. I gotta get the stats for y'all because I like I said, I like to get surgical. Key takeaways from this game: the Lakers allowed high efficiency scoring all night. Like I said, they fumbled the bag. It was like I don't know, on this run they had a lot of good defense, and I was hoping that this lasts into the postseason for the Lakers because who doesn't want to see the Lakers in contention going to the NBA Finals because it's just good basketball, it's popcorn. But I was honestly hoping that this new defensive wave carried over into the postseason, but against the Cadeless Pistons, it obviously didn't because they allowed 52% from the field. Lakers allowed 50 points from inside the paint, and it's crazy. Where was DeAndre Ayton? They have no perimeter presence at all, and it was wild. They're gonna need that in the playoffs. The Lakers bench got outscored, and they're gonna need the bench in the playoffs. In the past game, your boy Luka Dončić hit a clutch three to win the game. I gotta stop saying I've been working on it. But I'm trying to remember what's going on. But yeah, let's get up into it because Daniss Jenkins had 30 points, his career high, 8 assists, 11 from 18 from the field goal, and 4 threes. He was 4 for 5 from the three. And the Pistons are now 9-2 when he starts. So yeah, like I said, let's get into it. Daniss Jenkins with the clutch, you hear me, with the clutch game-winning basket over the Lakers, over Austin Reeves. Honestly, he got in his bag. Look, one more time. In your boy Lemon Daddy face, and it's crazy. He made it stink. You know what I'm saying? That's without Cade Cunningham. Like I said, Daniss Jenkins had an incredible. He had 30 points. Play. But yeah, he had 30 points, 8 assists, 11 for 18, 4 for 5 from the 3-point. And they're now 9-2 when he starts, when he plays. I believe the Pistons are like 8-2 without Cade Cunningham. Jenkins just went off. It was nothing really that the Lakers could do with him tonight. Like I said, they allowed 52% from the field goal, and it was just crazy. JJ need to get them in the lab, and they need to work on it because it was like I said, look, bam, hitting threes. He hit 4 of them, but they really had no perimeter presence. Look at Ayton, mid-range. It was nothing that Austin Reeves could do on the perimeter, nothing that Luka could do, nothing that anyone could do with him. Honestly, he had a great, incredible game. Shout out to your boy, Daniss Jenkins. Shout out to your boy, Jalen Durant, because we talked about this last game. Could he be a top 5 center? Is he a top 5 center in the league right now? And currently he is, because look at this right here. Look at this incredible defense that he played on, number 4, number 3 in MVP race right now, Luka Dončić. Incredible defense. One more time in case you ain't see it. My bad, y'all. You got to get surgical. Okay, Jalen Durant had 20 points in his game. He had 11 rebounds, 3 assists, and he had 10 for 10 from the free throw, 5 for 9 from the field goal. So, he stepped up as well with Cade being gone. They also had 14 from Tobias Harris and 12 from Duncan Robinson. Nice bench performance as well. Like I said, the bench outscored the Lakers bench, and, they really played a good game. Luka Magic, he did his thing out there. He had 32 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals, 11 for 29 from the field goal, 3 for 13 from the 3-point line. And yeah, he was just chunking them jumps. But he had an incredible game. Even though the Lakers lost, he's still on his scoring streak. He's still averaging, I believe, over 30-some points in his run. Of course, over 30-some points. Even after this 32-point game, I believe he's averaging over probably like 35 to 37 points per games in his run. that they've been having, even with this loss against the Pistons. So yeah, shout out to Luka. Hopefully that mainly that I wish they go into the lab, see if if this is just a fluke, was this just a game? You know how you have one of those games, especially with them being on this recent run of eight games on this 8-game winning streak. So maybe it is just a fluke game. You had these up and down seasons. So this could just be that, especially with the team not having their primary guy. They come out there with a different offense, different scheme, and really don't know how to game plan against it. And it's fresh. So this could be just one of those things, but it was a great win for the Pistons. I don't want to take anything from them, but shout out to them. It was a great game. We're gonna get into the next thing. How Wemby, blew up the Miami Heat. This is what he was doing to them last night. On their ass. That's what was going on. Wemby had an incredible game. Look at this right here. Defense. He ain't even block it. It was just his presence right there in the paint that stopped the, possession. Incredible pass, saved the possession, goes up, finishes, dunk, lob. Wemby had an incredible game. He was going off. Wemby is a monster. Wemby is a freak. Wemby is a freak. Yes, Wemby is a freak. Wembanyama tonight, he had 6 points, 14 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 assists, and 5 blocks, 11 for 22 from the field goal in only 26 minutes. Yes, he had 26 points in 26 minutes. Like I said, he was just tearing them up. The Miami Heat on the 5-game losing streak. They lost the last 5 games. Offensive rating has dropped during this streak, struggling in clutch minutes, shooting slump from the 3. Is this just a slump or is this just something deeper from the Miami Heat? I let this Wembanyama video play in the background because I know y'all enjoying these highlights. But honestly, yes, the Miami Heat, they have a 5-game losing streak, and the offensive rating has dipped. The 3-5 rating percentage has dipped, and they have not been able to perform in clutch moments. So I believe this is more than just a slump. This is the Miami Heat. They have been on a high lately. They are one of the better teams in the East. I won't say the best. They're not top tier, but for the past 5 years or more, they have been a playoff team, especially with the Jimmy Butler runs. But after that, they really haven't, done much because, like I said, last year Jimmy left. Unfortunately, they had their debacle, and this year, Bam has the 83-point game, and they've been on the high for that. But other than that, they really don't have their go-to guy. They put Norman Powell on the bench because the offense and the defense with him and Hero on the bench, on the court together, starting really just don't work for the team. The net rating drops. So, they're trying to figure that out and see if that helps. But it won't, and it's interesting to see what they're going to do in this offseason. Are they going to extend Norman Powell? Are they going to keep him because he's going to be a free agent, and he's like 30, 32, and would you pay Norman Powell on a 4-year contract max? I don't believe so. He probably get a mid-level exception. So, we're going to see what happens in the offseason with Miami. I don't believe they're going far in the playoffs at all because, like I said, in these clutch minutes, they're really losing lately, and we're heading to the postseason. So, it's something to see, honestly, because I just don't think they have their guy who in the last 5 minutes that's gonna score the ball, that can score the ball over any defense that can, put the bucket in there. And it's really just, it's on them. But not to take anything away from Wemby, like I said, because he had an incredible game. Had a lot of incredible moments from this game. Young stars. We're gonna get into that later with Carter Bryant, the block. Can't cue the video up right now because I want to get into what's going on with the next young star in this game to play for the Spurs. But in this game with Wemby, like I said, the video playing right there, 26 points, 14 rebounds, 5 blocks, 4 assists in 26 minutes, averaging near elite defense. I'm sorry, y'all. Fumbling over my words. He's averaging over elite defense numbers every night, and of course, he's the runaway defensive player of the year. To me, that's what I said. Opponent shooting significantly drop when he's in the paint around the rim. So, he's a major presence on the interior. So, of course, he's defensive player of the year. But In this game, also, the young star Dylan Harper had 21 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, 2 blocks, 9 for 14 from the field goal, and 3 assists. I mean, three pointers. Man, why am I slipping on my words tonight? I don't know, y'all, but we go get it together. Like I said, the young star, the second coming of his dad, the legacy player. Dylan Harper had 21 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, 2 blocks, 9 for 4 for 15, 9 for 14 from the field goal, and 3 for 5 from the 3-point line. He's just going off. Look at it. Look at it. Bam. They go to 3-pointer. What happened to my boy down there, Stephon Castle? Look like he got hurt. They go one of the blocks right there. He's really active, young star, showing what that he deserved the number 2 role. Even in his guard-heavy lineup with De'Aaron Fox, with Stephon Castle, with Devin Vassell, he still found his way into rotation, getting a lot of minutes, showing that he can be productive, showing that he's a high impact guy, just not scoring. Outside of scoring, he can do more. He can assist. He can play defense. He can facilitate. Like I said, he can get the offense ready. He's just been, a young, great hooper, great pickup for the Spurs. He's gonna look good in the backcourt in the future for the Spurs, especially with his running mate Wemby next to Castle. That tandem right there is gonna be, popcorn for years to come for the Spurs, especially if they can keep them together. Like, look at this. He can do everything. This is a rookie, man. Like, if he can evolve his three-point shots, if that's really what it is. If his three-point shot can develop into something consistent, something deadly, something dangerous, then the league is really in trouble. Next, I want to get into this next segment because this was a great game. Not gonna lie, Chicago Bulls beat the Houston Rockets in a thriller. The last few minutes was popcorn in the fourth quarter, like popcorn. Like, I'm telling you, when we get into this, y'all gonna be like, damn, I see what you're talking about. But in this game, Alperen Şengün had 33 points, 13 rebounds, 10 assists. He had a triple-double, 16 from 19 from the field goal, insane efficiency. Yeah, even in the loss, Kevin Durant had 40 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 15 for 23 from the field goal. Multiple lead changes late, clutch shot making on both sides. Rockets fall to the 12th-seeded Bulls. Like I said, the Rockets fall to the 12th-seeded Bulls. Chicago, no, they're not sneaky dangerous. But yes, even in this incredible game, right here, look at this block. Yeah, kind of loud. Let's go back. Look at this slam from Şengün. Yeah. In your face. They've been talking a lot of stuff. Yeah, talk your shit, Şengün. Talk your shit. Yeah, big bro. What they been calling him? Alpy. Talk your shit, Alpy. Yeah. Yeah, no. But yeah, great game from Şengün and KD, even though they lost to the Bulls. Like I said, the last few minutes was clutch. A lot of clutch shot making going on. We go get to that video later. What's going on? Şengün with Smith guarding. Buzelis trying to fight for the last few minutes of the game. Here you go. I believe that's to keep the 3 from KD to tie the game or take the lead. Then they come down the court. Here goes Josh Giddey to Buzelis, back to Giddey. Then another clutch 3 from Jalen. So, yes, like I said, this is the last 1 minute of the game. I believe here comes another bucket. Yes, down the court from KD. So, yes, this was a thriller. Up watching. If anybody watched this game, I know y'all was high. So, this was a great game from the NBA tonight. Even in the loss, it was a lot going on. Shout out to the Bulls in a win. But, they failed to make it to the playoffs, make it to the play-in. But the Bulls, this is one of them games. They did their thing. Shout out to Matas Buzelis. He had 24 points in this game. And he's one of the bright spots for the Bulls this year, honestly. He's this year 2. He's developing, getting better. He's averaging around 20 points a game this year. He's just been getting better. He had 23 points in his game. he had 5 threes in this game. So, he's learning to be more consistent, more efficient in his Bulls offense as they're rebuilding, retooling right now. They really don't know, who their guys are going to be going into the future. So, it's good for him to take the throne because there's nobody really in the driver's seat right now over there. It's his for the taking, and it's good to see him, taking the initiative to do that. He was one of my favorite players coming into the draft last year. So shout out to Bazilis. Connor Sexton also had 25 points in that game. Rob Dillingham had 9. Leonard Miller had 17 points, even though he was right under the rim. In that Şengün poster. Yeah, this is Leonard Miller right here, you guys. Yeah, there's Leonard Miller. But next segment, shout out to your boy J Dub. His first game back tonight from injury. He had 18 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 60% true shooting. First game back, instant impact for the team as they defeated the Philadelphia 76ers. It was just a great game for him. Good to see him getting back into his form. Good to see him back on the court. Good to see him doing his thing because, the OKC could be very dangerous heading to the playoffs with him. They already are a dangerous team, without him because they have been consistently number one all year, even with their ups and downs, even with the loser streak that they had in the middle of the season. They still have done their thing. And I believe that he's going to be the missing piece for them to make it far into the playoffs, deeper into the conference finals, deep into the finals. They will need him before the teams they'll be facing, especially if they play a team like the Spurs. He will be the key factor in changing that series because his defensive impact and his versatility, not only on defense but offenses as well. He's just a great running mate for Shea, and it takes a lot of pressure off Shea. Takes a lot of pressure off Chet being the number 2 because Chet, he can be a number 2, but I believe he floats well being that third option because the defense is less likely, to scheme against him. But like I said, shout out to J Dub having a great game. Did his thing tonight. Jared McCain also had 3 consecutive threes in a row in this game against the 76ers in his game back. So shout out to OKC One because they're a great organization for picking up Jared McCain. He was one of my favorite players in the draft last year, Buzilis. So he turned up. Sucks to see him leave. The 76ers. Sucks to see that they let him go for Quentin Grimes. Let's see what the 76ers are going to do this offseason as well. Are they going to keep Grimes? But in this game, let me see. I wanted to make sure. Jared McCain had 13 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists. He was 5 for 11 from the field goal. He had 3, like I said, 3 consecutive threes. Also in this game, Shea had 22, 17 from Chet, 35 from VJ Edgecombe. I wish I had the video queued up on it, but I wanted to give flowers to J Dub for on his game returning back. But yes, I have more going on. I got some more stuff queued up, but like I said, it's just a lot going on in the NBA. It was an incredible season, not incredible season, incredible night going on. We had the freak Wemby cutting up last night.
Into Şengün with Smith guarding. Buzelis trying to fight for the screen. Quick shot by Kevin Durant. He's got 37, and the Rockets are back within 3.
I just wanted to show y'all that again. It was incredible, like final seconds of that game. Like it was amazing, man. I'm trying to queue up some more videos because I got some more stuff I want to show y'all. I just gotta move some stuff around. Keep talking to y'all because I don't want it to, get dead. But I really been enjoying the latter half of this season. There's been a lot of good games going on, a lot of good play. I've been seeing a lot of teams, trying to get into the playoffs, fight for seed and get proper positioning because, it's all about the matchups, the rankings for a lot of people. The right matchup can get you far in the playoffs and the wrong matchup can get you out first round. And for some teams, it can get you out like the play-in because that's what's going on for real. Like it's a lot of good teams fighting for the play-in, and it's really making the latter half of the season interesting. So kudos to Adam Silver and the league, for initiating the play-in. That was good to see. I knew I had some more stuff queued up for y'all. Yeah, like I said. I just want to make sure I got everything. But like I said, this latter half of the season really interesting. Been really interesting since since they initiated the play in, with a lot of good stuff going on, a lot of good games, a lot of good play. So shout out to Adam Silver in the league again. I got so much I want to show y'all. Do. Right here. Cam Thomas got waived by the Bucks, y'all. That's what I wanted to. Y'all see that? Y'all see that face? Y'all see that face? It is wild for a man like him to, make, because Cam Thomas got waived by the Bucks again in less than 20 games. He averaged about 10 points, two rebounds, 1 assist, on about 40% field goal percentage. And it's crazy. It's sad to see from Cam. Honestly, I used to love watching him play, especially for Brooklyn when KD was over there. He had a lot of 40-point games, high score. But it just goes to show that this type of player is getting ready to phase out the league. That combo guard that really can only score in microwave situations and really can't do anything else to affect the game. But it's sad to see. Hopefully, Cam can have a renaissance, something like Bones Highland has done over there in Minnesota, because he was one of those players who recently got a bad rep, across his career. But he changed that, learned different things to do in the game, to stay on the court, to be on the court, and hopefully that Cam Thomas can do that, because he's a great ball player. But yeah, getting back to this video, y'all remember when he made this play and Giannis thought that he was going to be the one? Y'all see this face? He licking his lips and everything. Look at him. Giannis look like he's ready to make a fucking baby. And now, not even 20 games later, that in the wave, this man. So, the NBA is a crazy world, man. The world is a crazy place. And, shout out to Cam Thomas. I wanted to show y'all that. I wanted to show y'all this nasty block in that game against the Miami Heat from Carter Bryant. Look at that elevation, like he was in earning for a minute. Go ahead and replay that joint. Shout out to Carter Bryant. He a rookie from this year's draft. Look at that elevation. Look at that. Incredible block. I just want to show y'all, because it's going to be a pretty Man, y'all, I got to learn how to talk or something. I don't know who done stole my words or done shot my tongue, but it goes to...
Damn, cuz just shot himself. Yeah. Damn, cuz. Fuck. 6-0.
Hold on, cuz. Hey, hold on. The YN shot it, so I want to show y'all that video. I know it ain't got nothing to do with basketball, but like I said, shot myself in the tongue. So, you know what I'm saying? This perfect segue. Feel like, you know what I'm saying, for me saying that this video right here, the YN was flexing his gun on social media and shot himself in the chest.
Damn, cuz just shot himself. Damn, cuz.
He like, damn, cuz. Because he knows he's going to have to stop.
6-0.
He got to play his dumb ass because he going to either die or something. Man, it's crazy, bro. Y'all watch the people y'all hang around. Watch the stuff that y'all do, because y'all folks be bullshit. And I ain't gonna cap, fool. It's so much going on in this world, so much to do, so much money to see, so much world to see. Just get out this stagnant mindset. Get out of whatever y'all got going on, because it's not worth it, bro. Like, I don't know what these people got going. I just wanted to show y'all this video because it was hilarious, like, for real. The Atlanta Hawks are also increasing their winning streak. They have 11 wins in a row right now. Look at that nasty dunk from Nickeil Alexander-Walker. They blew out the Memphis Grizzlies today. I really was gonna talk about it, but it really wasn't worth talking about because Memphis is tanking right now. They got blew out by over 20 points. Atlanta really did their thing last night, and that's it gonna be from the show. Keep watching. I hope y'all enjoyed. But this last letter of the season is really incredible. Honestly, I enjoyed watching the night games. I enjoyed making this video. I enjoyed the haymakers. But the underdogs really showed up tonight. Contenders slipped. And the league just keep getting crazy, and that's why we love the game. That's it for your boy Z to P. This is 3 Ps in a pod.